Alright, welcome in everybody. We're going live. Tonight we got the Pro Series racing from Michigan. They're already loading into the track to start this race. The broadcast kind of screwed up right there. Didn't put me out as live there for a few seconds. So we're going to join this one on lap number 1. If you're West Higgins ORV pole sitter, you'll see right here MJ Bross with the 38.601. So that 4 car is going to lead him to the green. There we go. So we're loading in right now. This one's already underway. They're a little single file here at the front. Alright, so we got Mike in that 4 car TCR. Corey with a good qualifying effort. I think he started second. And he's still up here in second in that 55 Ford Mustang. Just behind them, Kill It Like Jason in the 23, then Shepard in the 48. Alex is in the number 11. Cork Mob in the 18. Stu in the 24. Kenrod in the 5. Monkey in the 6. G-Dog in the 17. Crimson Sky in the 7. Maff in the 2, Rillo in the 22, making his first Pro Series start tonight. And Typical is back there somewhere. There he is. Typical back here in the 27. Looks like he started third, but has fallen to the back of the field. And we're single file right now. All the way through. These guys are trying to get to the number on... to their fuel number here early in the stage. This stage is going to require 2 stops. It's 29 laps long. Probably going to see a 4-tire stop and then a no-tire stop at the end of this stage for these competitors. Nobody's looking like they want to pull out of line yet. Everybody's content to race where they are for the time being. Got a long train forming. I think Typical's back there with Maff. 27 may have lagged early in this race, and they made him go to the back there, so that could have been an issue. But right now, that 4 car leading this field. I think that these guys are kind of content to let the 4 car lead for a little bit. Sure, they're playing their field game, and they're letting this 4 car drag them around this track while they're saving a little bit. 18 way out of line. He's going to lose at least a spot. He might get hung out to dry. Let's go back and see what happens here. Kenrod. Stu's going to go around him. Kenrod looks, gets back in line, thinks better of that decision. Monkey and G-Dog now side by side here towards the back of this line that we have. They better find a way to figure out what they got going on here. That line's going to pull away. There's a lot of cars there lined up. Rillo's trying to push the 6. 17's trying to get back clear. It's not going to happen into turn number 1. The RFK teammates battling for position. We don't really have teams, but those are team cars. We'll ride along with Kenrod here for a sec. Shepard's out there on the outside, coming back down, trying to side draft somebody. Kenrod's going to go up there and push the 48 to try to get him back to the 23. Inside lines forming a little bit with Alex in the 11 car leading it. Starting to see some moves. People are getting antsy and dicing up for position. Cork and Jason swap lines there down the backstretch. Now out of turn number 4, everybody's going back to the bottom. Big line forming. 4 cars not in front of them. Alex potentially looking to take the lead. We're riding along with the 23 of Jason. Alex gets loose through the center of the turn. Loses the momentum he was carrying. And the 55 and the 4, along with the 24, and now the 18 are prevailing with that momentum on the top line. Just behind these guys, the 5 and the 48 fighting for position. 23 sucked up to the back bumper of the 11. Everybody back down to the bottom line, pushing each other. Corey moves back to the top. MJ stays in the middle. Stu puts his nose down there on the bottom, slides up the track a little bit, has to lift. 55 is going to be clear. We're now riding along with the 11. He's looking to the inside. Can he get to the quarter panel of Stu to side draft? Not going to happen that time. He's not going to clear himself up in front of the 18 either. He's going to continue to stick out this run he has in the bottom lane. Does a great job on quarter entry. Gets to the quarter panel of Stu that time. Carries that momentum on exit. Eleven car's going to be through to third. Jason makes a move to the bottom. Stu's hanging tough on that outside line. That's for the lead, potentially. Nope. This is on board with TCR Corey. He's deciding to cruise behind the 4 car for now. Everybody back, everybody dices it up for a few laps and then they all get strung back out again. Have to fall in line, regroup in the draft. Man, these cars don't have engine noise. This game took out engine noise on some of these broadcasts. I really fucked it up there. Oh, we got Corey coming to pit road. He's in the grass, though. Very slow entry from the 55, but no penalty for being too slow. So he's going to lose a lot of track time, but it's not going to kill his stage. There's going to be a few differing strategies, not only through this stage, but through the end of the race. Oh, Mike goes to pit road. Stu goes to pit road, makes contact with the 11. The 4 car spins out on his own. Oh, big implications towards the front of the field there. Alex, I think, is going to be able to limp it back to pit road. That's definitely going to be a penalty on the 24 for speeding, but also for taking out the 11 there. All right, we'll see. Are they taking 4 tires here? Everybody went everywhere. Yeah, I mean, Mike looked like he wrecked on his own. I think we still got cars out on track, too. Yep, Kenrod, Jason, Shepard coming this time. They were pretty smart to stay out. Looks like Mike stayed. Where's Mike here? Mike still was on pit road when last time I checked. Now he's coming out with Stu. Tons of front end damage on this 4 car. Corey might end up actually cycling back to the lead. I think he is. So now, Mike being shuffled back due to a penalty, that's going to open up an opportunity for somebody else to win this stage. We saw Typical was already way at the back. Maybe Corey got a better pin entry than we thought he did. I don't know. Here's everybody else coming out. Jason, Shepard, Kenrod. They're going to have way fresher tires in this 55. Kenrod did a really good job on and off pit road. He's actually going to maybe cycle to the front here. He is. He's going to be able to stay in front of this 55 with new tires. TCR boys out front. Kenrod ran really good here last season. Oh, Corey decides to try to pass him. I don't think that was the right move. I think he should have pushed that 5 car. But I think that pack behind them was going to catch them regardless. Kenrod ran a great race last year in the Season 3 playoffs at Michigan. He, I think, brought it home P2 in that race. We're going to have some action when these guys catch up. Jason's there. Going to watch this 23, see what moves he makes. As he catches the back of the 5 car, he's going to decide to push him for now. They still have one more pit to make. Kenrod gets shuffled out of line. 23 to the top. He's going to actually lift to let the 5 back in. That's going to give big momentum to the 48 behind them. 48's going to be able to still stay behind the 23. We got a group of 5. We got Corey, Kenrod, Jason, Shepard, and Cork in your top 5. And then Crimson hanging on to this front pack in 6th. One pit to go in this stage. Checking on Stu back here with Mike. They're both deep in the field due to issues on pit road, as well as Alex. And then who's this car that's going to get lapped? Potentially Typical going to lose a lap? It is. Typical, for some reason, is out here on the tail end of the lead lap. I don't know. Maybe he already made his second pit. And he's on a differing strategy than everybody else. I don't know. We'll have to find out as we get farther along in the stage. We didn't have eyes on him. It's very odd to see Typical going a lap down on speed, though. So I'm sure that he's probably trying a different strategy than these guys. He had fallen off from the draft before the first pit stop. So he probably conceded that he wasn't going to be able to catch them through the pit cycle and decided to try to beat them on a different strategy call. This field's getting broken up a little bit. Kenrod also fell off of this pack. Did he pit? Kenrod did pit this last lap. Kenrod tried to short pit this group. Don't mind the call, but these guys are out here drafting, so they're running really fast lap times right now. You don't want to pit. Now when you come out, you're by yourself, and you're not running as fast as this group of 5 is. So I think that Kenrod might regret that decision to pit early. TCR Corey's still leading laps. Jason's looking to the inside. He's got forward momentum. Can he get to the quarter panel to side draft? He is there now. Gets the side draft going into turn number 3. 23 to the point on the bottom line. Corey missed the entry there a little bit. You think he's trying to pit? Crimson's going to pit with him. Oh, there's going to be contact again. These guys have had trouble getting to pit road 2 races in a row. I mean, I don't know what... That one's got to be on Corey. He was trying to pit from the top lane there. I think he was trying to pit, and Jason jumped to the bottom and took that line away from him. So Jason looking like the favorite right now. Him and Shepard are going to be battling for the stage win. Whoever gets on pit road here, clean, is going to be sitting in a very good spot to win this stage. Jason's not pitting. Cork goes now. He pits by himself. Now that there's less cars here, that's a good move by Cork, because you're not going to lose a ton of time to these guys now that they're not drafting with a pack. And you get a pit by yourself. You get to have your own pit entry. And go as fast or as slow as you need to. So we're going to look at, while these guys come around, actually we're going to watch Jason until he goes by this lap, see if he's pitting here, because I think they're going to pit this time. Nope, they're going around again. All right, so we're going to check out Kenrod and see where he came out relative to everybody. It looks like Cork's just in front of him. See, this is the difference between Cork and Kenrod. Kenrod pitted early, but Cork was able to stay with that pack and run those next few laps in the draft. And that's the difference it makes, is that 2 or 3 tenths that now Cork has gained on the 5 car. And that's why you kind of can't really short pit at the super speedways if there's a group of cars lined up like that. Corey's way back there. He's got a ton of damage. Typical's fighting G-Dog here. Shepard and Jason still going around. These are your leaders. The 23 is in the lead. 48's in second. We're going to have to hop on the stream with Kenrod and see what lap they're on. Should have about 5 to go. Jason's going to pit this time. Thank you to everybody tuning in. We're in the middle of stage number 1. This is going to be the final pit stop for the leaders. 23 and the 48 are the final cars to come to pit road. They're going to do it this lap. We're going to watch them, make sure there's no contact getting on to pit road. Shepard does a great job, keeps it straight, gains a little bit of time on the 23 if he didn't speed. It's going to be huge for the 48 if he didn't speed. That was a great pit entry. Five to go. That'll be 4 to go, I think. We're going to watch these guys on pit road. I'm curious to see if the 48 sped. Oh, I think he did. 48 gets caught speeding on the final stop of the stage. Back on board with the leader in the 23. Seeing if he can beat the 18 and the 5 off of pit road. I think he's going to be able to do it. He's got a pretty big gap back to the 18 and the 5 as he comes off of turn number 2 and blends back into the racing surface down the backstretch. All right, so pit road woes have been the story of stage number 1. We saw Stu clip the 11. We saw Mike spin and hit the inside wall. I'm not sure if there was help there. It didn't look like there was contact, but, you know, can't tell everything from a broadcast. Then we saw TCR Corey and try to pit from the top line. I think he was out of fuel, and Jason put him in a tough spot because he went to the inside there on the lap he was trying to pit. So Corey and Crimson got caught up, and due to all that, Jason's been able to put a pretty sizable gap to the 18 and the 5. Kenrod did good to catch the 18 here, and they're going to try to work together to catch the 23, but I believe we're only going to have 2 to go as they cross the line this time. Get an update on the... Oh, no. 2 to go, yep. All right, 2 to go in stage number 1. Cork's down here on the apron. Kenrod's going to get a good run back to him. Looks like we got a few 2-car tandems. Cork hits the walls, gets loose. He's going to hold it. He's going to lose second because of that. But he didn't spin the car out. Honestly, if I'm Cork, I'm trying to finish this stage right here in 3rd. Especially after that. That was sketch. We got typical G-Dog. Typical up to 5th due to all that. Remember, he was almost about to go a lap down. I knew he was on a different pit strategy. This is going to be 1 to go. The white flag is waved on stage number 1. This is 1 to go, presented by Skew Car. We're going to get back up to our leader. Kill it like Jason ran the best strategy and consistent laps in stage 1. He's going to come out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. As long as he's got enough fuel, he's going to be your stage 1 winner. And there it is. McDonald's Camry gets a playoff point and 10 stage points. Kenrod brings it home 2nd, Cork 3rd, Typical 4th, G-Dog with a big top 5 in stage number 1. So we'll have to see if Alex can come back from this. I think he was able to stay on the lead lap. Ton of contact with the 24. We'll have to see if Stu can shake it off after he made that mistake. And now we're going to be able to watch the 4-car cut through the field. I think that's what we're going to do on the restart. We're going to ride along with MJ Bras as he starts this stage from probably outside the top 10. From 10th. I want to thank you to all our sponsors, West Higgins ORV, the Side Draft Download, Skew Car. We'll even throw JWoww in there on the iRacing side. I want to thank the fans for showing up tonight. Got some good viewership for this Pro Series race. We're going to ride along with MJ Bras as he begins his march back to the front in stage number 2. 22 of Rillo and the 48 of Shepard just in front of him on the bottom. Crimson Sky in the 7 and Monkey in the 6 on the top lane. Mike's going to use the momentum from the top lane down this backstretch. What's up, Rick? How you doing? He's going to stay on this top lane in 3 and 4. Rillo's making a good charge on the bottom. He's got a good line lined up on the bottom. MJ Bras coming to push Rillo in the 22. He's going to go upstairs and push the 27. Probably feels like the top lane with Typical might be the lane to be in here off of 2, and it looks like top lane's going to prevail with that draft down the backstretch. Typical cuts to the bottom, gets underneath the 18 car. Mike's still on the top here. Now the momentum switched to the bottom lane. Down the front stretch, this bottom lane is going to have a ton of momentum with all those cars lined up. 18 and the 4 are going to lose some positions here. Typical makes a big move to the inside. Shepard gets caught up. We're going to have 4 wide into turn number 2. Mike bullies his way through there a little bit. Kind of just sent it as everybody was getting checked up. Typical's falling back. I believe he's lagging. I'm not surprised. Rillo in the 22 up to P4. Started in the back. And he's racing with these boys tonight. Putting that Pennzoil Mustang into the top 5. Getting a little bit of TV time. Holding that bottom below Kenrod. Doing a great job here. Moving up to 2nd. Can he clear into 2nd? He does. He's going to move his way up to Jason. Going to push the 23. Mike's going to dive to the bottom. Gets right under the 23. That 4 car's strong and stout tonight. Being able to pull a move like that. He's got a lot of speed in that Ford Mustang. Jason's going to block. Mike's going to go to the top. Corey's going to help the 4. MJ Bras going to have the momentum. Down the back as Corey also helps him. Jason's going to try to side draft. Wasn't close enough to get it done. 4-car back to the point. Slip back here with typical. We got Jack Ballsy, Rick, and Q-Car in the chat tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Remember, obviously I'm not Stu. He's on track. He's in that 24 car. Let's see if... Oh, there he is. Running 4th. Doing a great job. Stu and me are switching roles a few times throughout the season. This race is one of them. Tuesday I'll be on track. Corey and Mike, a little tight on exit there. Well, he can't race for a championship unless he's got good internet, so he might need to make it happen some other way. We're back to single file now. Everybody's kind of chilled out. Right there on the restart, everybody was jockeying forward positions for quite a few laps. This is definitely the calm before the storm. We got pit stops coming up here, probably in 3 to 4 laps. Everybody's trying to make sure they're in position to stay as close to the leaders as it can before the pit cycle happens. Is Michigan the track that took it out, or I thought it was Texas? But there is a scoring pylon. Can we see it? Right there. There it is. On the right of your screen. Oh. Oh, I see now. It was a double entendre. This Q car is Kendrick Lamar. Felt like Jason won stage number 1. Sticking strong in this stage, being in that 3rd position. Stu came back from, well, not only a speeding penalty, but a penalty post-race. And so far, he's up to 4th now. The guy he gave the penalty to on pit road is right behind him. Alex has regained his track position as well. Michigan, this is a drafting track, so, if you have to be at the back to start one of these stages, it's not the end of the world. You guys are still single file. This second pack has formed with Shepard, Typical Cork, and G-Dog. They're trying to work together to get back up front. If I was in this group, I think I would put that 27 car out front. Looks like they're going to make the move to the inside of the 48 right now and get Typical to lead this group. They got enough cars here. They have a shot. This isn't exactly like Talladega and Daytona. More cars don't automatically mean more speed. If Court could tuck up underneath the rear bumper of the 27, take some of that air off of his rear spoiler, and start pushing that 27 car, they could definitely catch the lead pack. But it all starts from the second. These groups that are pushing, it all starts from the 2nd and 3rd car. It looks like we got Corey pitting. He's just going to get way out of the way here. I think he's tired of getting ran over going to pit road. Those guys kind of big dogged him in that first stage. That 55 was trying to get to pit road, and they jumped to his inside. just before that, entering turn number 3, and he was not able to get to pit road cleanly. Looks like this time he said, screw it, I'm going to make sure I get to pit road. 23 is going to be pitting this time. We're going to see if Mike decides to pit as well. I think so. He just didn't signal. Yep, 23 pitting, 24 not pitting. Oh my God. There was almost contact. Oh, we got the 22 around entering the pits. Typicals on pit road, Cork, Shepard. Alex and Stu decide to stay out a lap longer. Ken Rod as well. This helps them on the fuel, but I think they're going to lose too much track time for what the fuel's worth. Oh. That is just lag from the pits. Jason's already out, huh? Typical's already out. Oh, these guys got speeding penalties. 23 and the 4 caught speeding. 48 caught speeding. 18. No, there's no way they all got a penalty. I think Typical decided to try a different strategy, potentially. I think so. Typical's on his own on strategy. Mike comes out just behind, just in front of the 55 and the 48. 23's out in front of them all. Jason did a really good job on pit road. And these guys are also going to rejoin the track as they come around. That pack's got momentum, though. They're going to go around these guys. Stu's going to get left behind out on this one. Oh, 2-car. 17 maybe have a little bit of contact. I think the 2-car must be on a differing strategy as well. The 5-car's going back to pit road. 18's also coming back to pit road. We're going to see a no-tire stop at the end of this stage as well. So these guys are probably coming down to do it right now on this lap. Here we go. 18 is definitely speeding. I don't think there's any way both those guys got on pit road. They definitely sped. We'll check on them in a second. Let me get back out front. MJ Bross is catching up on the 23. Honestly, if I was Jason, I'd probably be jumping to pit road fairly soon here. Cork's still on pit road. So is Ken Rod. They definitely sped. Jason let them catch him. I don't know if that was the right call. They are in a group, though. But I think I would pit here as soon as they catch me. Oh, Mike makes moves to the inside. It's going to be virtually impossible for 23 to pit this lap. Oh, he's going to make a move to the inside. Clears himself into second place. Corey moves up to the top momentarily, but Jason was able to, again, carry momentum off of 2. Slide back up in line down the backstretch. When are these leaders going to pit? Jason hit the apron there. The contact on exit. Back to single file down the front. Shepard's doing a great job sticking right here with this group in fourth. I was talking to Shepard earlier. His strategy for tonight's race, he obviously has a good car. He's running up here with these guys, but he was content to kind of just ride around and wait for people to make their own mistakes. And, right now he's on the same strategy as the leaders. He's right here with them. And if somebody does make a mistake, he's right there to jump on that opportunity and gain some points. He's solidly in the playoffs on points, but depending on what seed you finish in for the, you finish the regular season in, depends on how many playoff points you're awarded, how many more bonus points you're awarded on top of the bonus points you already have going into the playoffs. And so the difference between, the 4 seed and this 8 seed is 4 or 5 playoff points that could become a crucial part of your championship aspirations as the season goes on and we get into those playoff rounds. 23 still content to push Mike. I don't think they're trying to save a bunch of fuel here. I think he's just making sure he's good, but these guys still have not pit. They still got 1 pit to make in this stage. A lot of those guys pit really early. I'm going to check on old Kenrod, see what lap he's on. 6 to go. I think he's a lap down, though, because he pit. So that was 5 to go. This would be 4 to go this time around. 6 car was coming out of pit road, got caught with these leaders. Corey's going to push it to the inside or into the middle. And there just wasn't room. That's going to check up the 48 and the 55. 48 goes through the grass. Mike decides to pit. Jason decides to stay out. Wow. See, I was saying Jason was going to be the car that went to pit road first, but that was just a tough situation for Corey there. He tried to make something happen and really just was a little over aggressive on that move. Cork and Kenny sped, so they're not even. Shepard must have missed pit road or something. And Mike's spending a lot of time on pit road. I think he's sped. I don't know. Potential speeding penalty. 23 still your leader. Stu now takes over the lead. I think Stu's still on track from what I'm looking at. Let's see how long Jason's pit stop is. That was definitely faster than the 4 cars. That's Shepard coming around. I don't know if Shepard has fuel to get to the end here. I don't know. I'm confused on what this... Maybe Shepard... yeah, that's why we saw Shepard coming out a lot sooner. Mike got a speeding penalty. Shepard did not. Jason has just been in control of this race after these pit stops. Everybody else keeps screwing up. Typical says he's about to cook on strategy. Where is Typical? Because I don't see him cooking. Stu's coming out in 3rd, I believe. Or in front of Mike. He got nerfed by God. Typical's texting and driving somewhere. Oh, Typical is lagged out of the race. Stu is still the leader. He's just pitting now. Okay, so we're going to have to see where Stu comes out relative to the 23. That was pitting. Oh, that was the latest he could. No, I think he's going to get a penalty. He pitted too late in the stage. He pitted with 2 to go. I think Stu is about to serve a pit road closed penalty right now. And that is definitely the case. So we're going to hop back on along with the 23. And he's on the final lap. This is the white flag lap presented by Skew Car. Again, stage number 2 is defined by pit road woes. Nobody can get on pit road. We got differing strategies going. People messing up their strategies. People pitting when pit road is closed. Just a ton of crazy things happening in this race early on. But Kill It Like Jason's going to come across the line, and he's going to sweep the stages for Michigan. Shepard brings it home P2. And I think I see G-Dog back there. P3. I do. G-Dog gets a P3. He's top 5 in both stages. Stu finishes all the way behind Kenny and Cork. Mike again caught speeding on pit road. Pit road is going to be the major factor in this race, obviously. All right, so we're going to set you up for stage number 3 here. Kill It Like Jason leading them to the green. Shepard also on the front row. Crimson Sky and G-Dog is make up row number 2. Cork's back here lagging. 2 cars going to get out of the way for now. But this 18 car needs to get out of line. Huge lag out of the 18. Everybody goes below him. Luckily, disaster was avoided there. Oh, 06 gets checked up on that bottom lane. Stu and Kenny rolling the top around everybody. Shepard just behind G-Dog, who's just behind Mike. They're running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Everybody content to go back to single file racing. So, this is a 37 lap stage. We got the burnout roll at the end. It's going to require 2 pit stops in this stage. Again, these pit stops have been huge all night. We're going to do a Ruthless Racing Crank It Up, presented by West Higgins ORV. West Higgins ORV YouTube channel. Check it out. Bunch of content, off-roading content. They sponsor our pole award. MJ Bross was your pole award winner with the 38.601. This Ruthless Racing Crank It Up is brought to you by West Higgins ORV. We're back, and Stu almost goes into the grass there down the front stretch. Saves it. Rilla's going to get back in line here, I think, or he decides to stay out of Stu's way. I think we saw the 4-car make contact with the wall at the beginning of that crank it up. He fell way back here. Corey gets loose up into the fence. TCR Corey still in the fence. Gets it gathered back going straight. I think his car jumped loose on him off of turn number 2 there. Typical and Cork have retired from the race. And no other cars have engine noise. Is it when you click to the car that's on pit road? I don't know. 24 is back at it on the top line, trying to get around Rillo. He's going to be able to accomplish that. Sticking behind Kenny in the 5. Contact made. Stu got in there really deep. Mike tries to make a move to the inside of the 11 and clears himself down on the bottom line. 11 gets shuffled out of line. Mike then goes under the 48 and the 17. Riding along behind the 4-car. We got 3 wide behind him. Behind Kenny here. What lane does he choose? He chooses the bottom. He's going to help Stu and Rillo. Alex back there tries to be that 3rd car in line. Looks like he's going to finally do it. G-Dog, huge loser in that exchange of events. I think he went from 3rd to like 10th. Kenrod, huge run. Does he do anything with it? I think he's going to stay in line. These guys that know this stage is a little bit longer than the first 2. They're content to kind of ride in line here. Crimson's been sucked up to the back bumper of the 23. Actually, right now, Mike is making a move on the 7. He's going to... 7 car is going to get shuffled out of line. MJ Bross behind the 23. Let's kill it like Jason. Crimson gets back in line in 4th, loses 2 positions there. Riding on board with the 4-car. As he pulls up to the back bumper of the 23. Does he make a move to the inside? He doesn't. Jason blocks it. Mike to the outside. Huge run down the back. Kenrod pushing him. Crimson also pushing them. Mike's going to go to the point. He's going to be clear. He's going to fall back down in front of the 23. Kenrod's going to get left out there on the top lane. MJ Bross back to the front. He's had a fast car, but has had a ton of trouble on pit road tonight. Sped during both stages. Oh, we got car spinning. Shepard and Monkey to the inside wall here. Looks like the 40 car is going to keep it out of the fence. The 6 car did not. And I don't think we got a caution for that. That's going to be, actually, that'll be a manual caution. Look, 24 might have been involved as well. We'll see these guys cross the line and then a caution flag be called. All right, so this is going to shake up the field. We're going to have to see the lap count to see what our new strategy is going to be. It'll be 24 to go. 26, this will be 25, and then they'll get 24 to go. That'll be 23 to go with the burnout rule. So there will only be 1 required pit from here. These guys are going to make the decision to go to pit road or not. I believe everybody's going to be coming down pit road. There's no reason to stay out here. The car that's going to have a huge break from that is Corey, who had put his car in the wall earlier and lost the lead draft. Corey's got a really fast car, just made a mistake off the 2 there early in that run for stage number 3, and this caution's definitely a huge help to him. Let's see who wins the race off of pit road. We're going to ride along with MJ Bros. He gets to the line first. Jason's going to be second. They're doing a little weird shit coming out of pit road, but it'll all get sorted out here in a second. These guys are going to do the choose roll down the back. And we're going to go green this lap. A lot of people taking the inside, man. Corey's... I mean, these guys are running around here. All right, here we go. We're going green off the 4 car in the restart zone. Gets a great jump. Bottom lane's moving. They're going to roll past Kenrod. Kenrod did not fire off well in that zone. Corey makes a shift to the bottom. Already back up to 5th. He gained a bunch of positions by taking that outside line. Moves up a few rows and then immediately makes a move to the inside. Rillo's up here running in 3rd. Great run out of the 22. Alex is pushing the 55 down into turn 1. TCR teammates side by side through 3 and 4. Corey's probably going to prevail. He's got help from the cars in front of him with the draft. Corey moves to the outside, pulls off the 4 car, side drafts the 22. That side draft is sponsored by the Side Draft Download. Make sure to check them out on Spotify. But Corey's got a huge run down the front, all the way to the back bumper of the leader from 5th place off of turn number 4. He's going to push MJ Bros down the backstretch. Kill like Jason didn't quite get the side draft. Corey's going to clear himself into position number 2. There's no saving anymore. This is going to be a straight up 1 pit race. Shepard's a big loser. During that caution, he got caught up and he lost a good amount of positions. He was running top 5 all night. Now we find him back here in the 10th-ish position. Behind a lot of cars all lined up on the bottom. Big run here by the 48. Doesn't really have anywhere to go with it. Crimson also, he was running second with Jason for a long time, and now him and Shepard are going to have to battle to get back up to the front of this field. They had the track position after stage number 2 due to everybody messing up, and the way that third stage was going, it looked like they were going to be able to pull off some good finishes, but they're pretty far behind now. Rillo's also right here now in this 4th position. He's doing a great job of keeping himself relevant in this 3rd stage. This car is hooked up. We have a 3rd car on pit road. Stu has also lagged out of the race. Dang. Stu, Cork, and Typical all lagged out of tonight's race. Understand that there's some storms and crazy weather happening towards the East Coast. Hopefully everybody over there stays safe with all that. Big check up here. I mean, that might have given people some damage. Get a lap count while these guys are single filed out. Get a lap count from Mr. Kenrod as they come around and cross the line. $17 to go, 16 to go for this field here in the third stage. Still one pit stop to be made. I don't know when we're going to see it happen. These guys pitted. They had about 22 to go. So these guys are maybe on lap 5 or 6 of this run. We're probably going to see them pit. Man, it's going to be at least 4 more laps. They got to, no, more than that. They got to get to lap probably at least 13 to go. So you're going to see them pit probably in 5 or 6 laps. B News 2 has joined the booth. Can we get clarification that you've lagged out of tonight's race?
That's right. For like the second time in my whole career, I have lagged out of a race, totaling 3 drivers tonight completely. Yeah. So, and there was some jerking around on the track there, here and there. So
Pause.
Maybe it was just the lobby. I don't know.
Well, hopefully there's less jerking towards the end of this race.
We hope. But these guys, you were right on the money. They should be pitting. If they run the whole tank, there should be about 10 to go, counting the burnout rule. So it should be a pretty quick run at the end. Everybody should be able to make it as long as they go the distance they need to go.
And then how many laps did you guys start with, or did you lag out before that?
No. We started with like 24 to go, counting the burnout rule, after the manual caution.
So 23? 23,
no,
is that?
24
no,
with...
24 on the dot.
It was 25,
yeah. Okay, so these guys basically got to do 2 full runs. Luckily that caution came out when it did. It seemed like it was a good spot for it to come out fuel-wise.
It was
Didn't
right
really
there.
shake up the strategies too much, yeah. MJ Bross still your leader. These guys still single file behind him. They might be trying to save an extra lap or so to try and create some type of strategy at the end. I don't think anybody's going to be able to take like 2 tires or no tires, obviously. But, somebody might try to short pit or even run a lap too long, see if they can have better tires at the end of the race.
All right, we're looking at 12 to go there when they passed the line that time, so these guys could go down pit road any moment and make it.
12 to go is actually 11 to go. So we'll see if anybody...
No,
Okay.
I'm saying it with it, yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
We'll be on that page from now on. So 11 to go this time around. Does Mike shoot down pit road? He does.
Alex may.
A lot of people are coming.
Oh, yeah. All right, it's 4 of the top guys there going to go down pit road. I'll stay on board with them.
Okay, I'm going to get on board with Jason. He's still out here with Rillo, who's having a career night tonight. Running P2 right now. And just in front of Kenny, these guys are still drafting on track. I like they all signaled that's going to slow them down a little bit, but I like the strategy that they're on. because there's a few cars drafting here. This lap that they're putting together is still going to be fast. We're going to watch these guys get on pit road. This has been what has decided these stages. Jason did a great job. Oh, Rillo spins it, man. Dang.
Everybody comes off pit road in that first group good, though.
Okay. Is Mike still your leader with these guys? Yes. Yeah, Mike has been haunted by the speeding penalties today. But this time he did a good job.
Yeah, pit road's been interesting this race.
Yeah, we've seen a few incidents. I'm hoping some of those guys get up in the booth so we can talk about them.
Penalties.
Yeah. Corey was able to stick with the 4. The 11 and the 48 are hooked up together. It'll be interesting to see. We're going to hop along with Jason. Kenrod actually jumps them on pit road. Kenrod's pit crew in the 5 got it done tonight. Jason's did not.
Corey and MJ Ross.
Yeah, that was a terrible time to have your worst stop of the night for this 23 team. Typical Bubba Wallace fashion. Throwing it away on pit road. I'm not a Bubba fan, but it seems to happen a lot. G-Dog just behind these guys. He's going to lose the draft. That's 3, 6, 7, 8. G-Dog's in 8th. It looks like he's going to have a solid 8th place finish tonight. There's nobody really around him. And there's no more pits. Okay, so now the race is between the 4 and the 55. And between the second group, if Alex, Shepard, and Kenrod can catch them. What do you think?
If these guys work together, yeah, they'll definitely catch first and second here. But those guys up front, they are, nose to tail, working together pretty good. Mike has had the car to beat really all day. Is just pit road has been a pain in the rear end for really the whole field. So pit road's kind of out of the way. He's up front here. Corey, fast in his own right. He was sitting on shotgun there at the beginning of the race. So, it's a guy you got to watch for too. You don't want to really be first on the last lap usually.
Shepard and Kenrod jockeying for position. Kenrod's actually going to move ahead of the 48. That's going to shake up this order. Honestly, Kenrod's got the fresher tires. Alex definitely has a fast car. I know what he's running. Kenrod's got a quick car, so I think they just need to link up, man. Kenrod's got the fresher tire, but I think you're kind of stuck with the 11 being in front of this group right now. I think if you try to get that 5 out front, you're just wasting another lap, basically, of running fast. Tough situation for these guys to be in. Just kind of lost contact with the leaders on pit road, especially Jason, man. Jason won the first 2 stages, and he might not even get a top 5 finish just because of the pit road stop that he had. I think it's going to be a 2-horse race. Oh, Kenrod decided, can't wait any longer. Got to go, Alex. Got underneath the 11. 5 cars now your leader of this second group. See if they can make up any ground from there. Crimson must have had a problem on pit road. I feel bad for Rillo. That man had a chance tonight. All right, now it's going to be, if I'm TCR Corey, I'm starting to make moves right now. I don't know, I just don't see what good it's going to do to push the 4 car around. I guess if you do push them around, you're guaranteeing yourself probably a second place finish. But, we've seen the 4 car be the class of the field tonight. And only having 2 cars up here, there's really no draft effect to pull on him from. So, worst case scenario, you start battling with him, and then those guys catch you, and you can kind of use them to help you pass him. Or maybe you do get past him, and now you can be the one air blocking and keeping the 4-car behind you towards the end of the race. I don't know. I just know that Mike's going to make this rear bumper 3 lanes wide as we get towards the end of the race here. So if I'm Corey, I'm at least, I don't know, I think it would just benefit him to try to pass him now and maybe even have these guys come up and help him.
Well, if I'm Corey, I think you've really let Mike sit here. Probably he's going to have, worse tire, possibly running out front like that. Right now we're at 3 to go, and I don't think that third and through fifth is going to have a chance here unless these guys start battling pretty soon. That's something else they may have in their mind. Is don't want to give these guys enough time to catch them. So it's going to be 2 to go when they hit the line this time. I think we'll start seeing some moves probably this time around.
Yeah, I just don't want to leave it up to one move against Mike. If I'm Corey, at least take a few stabs at it. But, he might have a trick up his sleeve. He's still carrying momentum back to the bumper of the 4-car as we get to the entry on these turns. But I think you would take him by surprise if you made the move early rather than waiting for the last lap. So let's see if Corey can get his last win. This is down the backstretch for the second to last time tonight. 55 still staying just behind the 4-car.
This would be his first win, not his last, but I agree.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. As we come across the line, this is going to be the white flag lap presented by SKU Car. We're going to hand it over to Mr. Stu, voice of the Pro Series, to call this last lap.
All right, TCR Corey looking high as they go into turn number 1. MJ Bross going to go up, take a little bit of that air off his nose. Be very defensive down here to the bottom. It's going to be for everything down the backstretch for the final time here in your Ruthless Racing Pro Series from Michigan. Down to the low side goes MJ Bross, and he will not give any air to that 55. Could we see a crossover down to the apron from the 55 here out of 3 and 4? I don't know if he's going to have it. MJ Bross looking good. He keeps breaking the air, and that's all she wrote for Michigan is it'll be the 4-car. MJ Bross followed by TCR Corey here from Michigan.
And there you have it. Finish to the Ruthless Racing Season 4 Pro Series race at Michigan. MJ Bross comes home as your winner. It looks like we got TCR Corey in second and then Alex in third. That's what I was talking about, man. Corey ran a great race. Just at the end there, I would have loved to see him try to make that move early. It's tough to just leave it up to one move on that last lap, but, he guaranteed himself a second-place finish, so he is below the cut line, so those points will definitely help him, maybe more than a win would, or potentially going for a win and messing up his race. But this 4-car is going to get his second win of the season. He's your regular season points leader already. Didn't have great stages tonight. Was definitely a shaky race and something we're not accustomed to seeing from the 4-car. But in the end, he was able to get up here and get the win. He's going to cross the line there to finish up his burnout celebration. And everybody is going to come home across the line behind him. 55 brings home second. Alex, again, we say it every week, every time he does it, the booth sniper. Alex finds a way to come home top 3. I think
Alex might have something to say about me.
Yeah, I know he might.
Well, that was more Mike's fault, okay?
Yeah, we're going to talk to everybody about that as if we get into the booth here. Corey had a pit road mishap himself. Him and Crimson spent a lot of time racing around each other, but I think this one was on Corey. We'll have to talk to him about that. But, overall, great race. Michigan always puts on great racing. A lot of fun tonight watching everybody shake it up. I don't usually get to be in the booth for these next-gen races, so it's fun to watch them happen. Big shout-out to Mr. SKU Car. He was in the chat a little bit tonight. Typical got nerfed by God, apparently. Jack Ballsy and Rick were in the chat. Fastest lap of the race goes to TCR Corey at 0:45. Pretty darn good lap there.
Yeah. Ty and Stu all go down, lose to God tonight. Did you add the guys to the booth?
I did not yet. Let me do that. I'm going to get on Harvick first. All right, we're going to give these guys a second to join in. We're going to get their interviews done. Top three. Going to join the booth here in a second.
See, we are up to 10 likes on the stream tonight. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in, liked, watched. We're almost to 1,900 subscribers as well, so only 100 off 2,000. And you know what we said whenever we get to 2,000, what we was going to do? And it's still on the table. Just need 100 more or so subscribers.
JWoww, Mike brought it home at the end. Kind of bummed we're not going to talk to Jason because he had a really good race tonight, winning both the stages. Unfortunately, his pit crew of the 23 sold on the final stop, just like in real life. Yeah, miss you too, JWoww. Appreciate all the work you're putting in on the iRacing side. Not only putting on for Ruthless, but also Henson and a lot of these Heat guys pay attention to what JWoww's doing because he's in one of the premier leagues over there. So congratulations to JWoww. If you haven't seen the win that he had last night, go check it out. But I don't want to take anything else away from the 4-car. MJ Bross, your winner tonight from Michigan. He's in the booth. Mike, kind of walk me through, really your struggles with pit road through stage 1 and stage 2, and then, what did you expect Corey to do right there at the end, and what moves did you make to, counteract that and kind of hold him off there on that final lap?
Yeah, it was a wacky race. Knew I had a really fast car, and kind of had a gear very low, so I could run out front and kind of save the amount of fuel I needed to, without having to run a fuel gear while some of them other guys were behind me. But yeah, just I think I was leading and I came down. I was bobbling the first. Yeah, I was running out of gas. That was the issue both times. It was the car was, when it was bobbling out of gas, it was like the car would just shoot one way, when you're going on pit road for whatever reason when I was downshifting, and I spun myself out the first stage, and then the second stage I sped getting in there and just sent it way too hard, trying to push the limit, and then that last stage I knew that, Corey and I, we had mistakes. We had kind of, I don't think he made a mistake, but I think he got run over or something. And we got put back there, and we drove up through the field once together. So I kind of knew if I could get together with him, we'd be all right there. And then he committed to the same strategy I did, and we just really pushed it hard to get on pit road and get out of there quick. And that's how we pulled away from them guys. And just shout out to Corey, man, just pushing the hell out of me down the front and back stretches. And I mean, we pulled a gap by like 9/10. So. I just told him, hey, if you want to push me to about 1 or 2 to go, we can figure it out. And he told me he was cool with that. He gave me a move in 1 and 2 and almost got there. And I kind of shut the door. And I think that was his only run he had there. But hell of a race. It was fun. And it was a really fun racing with Corey. I haven't ran around with him a bunch, but it's fun every single week I get to.
JWoww's saying that you need to hop over on iRacing. He's going to get you a ride with, what's that guy's name?
Going to have the duo Ruthless racing cars out there. Someday, JWoww.
He's going to put you in Conti's car. But nah, man, good race tonight. Congratulations on your second win of the season. Definitely going to gain a little bit more on the regular season points lead as we move farther into this season. Martinsville next week might not be your best track, but
yeah, I'm glad I got my win.
Yeah,
this week.
that's what I was going to say.
Pocono. Yeah, we can relax for a couple weeks.
Got to win in before the tough track. That's always good. All right, man. We're going to move over to our second place finisher, TCR Corey. Huge factor in the race all night. Proving that you have a ton of speed and you can run up front in this series. Walk me through that pit stop where you got kind of wound up with the other guys. It kind of looked to me that Jason put you in a bad spot by jumping to the bottom, and you were trying to pit from the top line and all that. And then, after that, talk to us about, Mike kind of broke it down, but talk to us about your point of view, uh, getting towards the end of the race there in those final laps, and what move you were trying to make on that 4 car.
Yeah. No, Jason didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't call it. Um, I actually messed up in 3 and 4, and when I went so far up, I decided I was going to let everybody by, and I would just, eat the time, the slow time to get on the pit road, and then that didn't work out. I kind of got ran over there, but it wasn't his fault, G-Dog. And towards the end of the race, I had a good car all race. It felt like it was a little tight in the beginning, but I knew me and MJ there was pretty quick together. I tried to get a little racy with him in the beginning of the race, but I learned my lesson there. It's a little too early for that. But come stage 3, man, me and him kind of got up through the field, got together, and committed to the same strategy. Like I told him, I was with him all the way, man, whatever he wanted to do, because I was really confident that we could pull away from him, and we did. And he had a faster car. I tried to give him something down there in 1 and 2, but he hit his marks, so it didn't work out for me. But it was a great race, so thanks for having me here tonight.
Yes, sir. Glad you got a good finish. Kind of didn't get the finish at Auto Club on Tuesday that you wanted, but had a fast truck there and a fast next gen here tonight. Definitely showing the speed. Glad you got the finish tonight, and I'm sure that there'll be more, uh, you know, podium finishes, if not wins, in the future for you. So glad to have you in the series. We're going to move on to our third place finisher, the man that always finds his way into the booth somehow. Alex brings it home P3. I'm going to let you say what you want to Stu, and then I'm going to ask you about what you needed in that final stage to kind of catch the top two. Like, was it just pit road that you felt like you didn't get on as good as them, or what caused you to lose that time right there at the end? And then how was that battle for third, by the way, too? Because we were focused on the leaders, but we know that you had a 3-car battle there for third. Oh, say it. Say it.
We're sending his family an aloe vera plant. It's all good. Yes, immigration enforcement.
Yeah, every time we finish in the podium, it's definitely a good day. So, congratulations on the finish. Obviously, the points aren't done for this week, but I feel like we haven't talked about the points. Well, I don't know if Stu has or not, I guess, but this cut line, Corey's been putting some good races together. He's closing in on Monkey and Maff, who are down there on that cut line as well. So we got Corey down there. You got Tyler, Crimson, who are all racing this series weekly. Tyler's got a win already. So as we go along in the season, it's definitely going to be a battle for that 12th position in the standings to get into the playoffs. And then, after that, you got the playoff battle and all that. But Alex is trying to catch G-Dog. Got Shepard up there. Typical and Jason fighting for seeding, as well as Kenrod and myself. And Mike, I think, won the race from the pole, correct? So, Wes Higgins at ORV Pole Award standings. Typical's out front. He's got 11 points. Bro's been killing it with the pole awards. Myself and Mike both have 5 points. We have two poles apiece and 1 win from the pole apiece. So, if one of us can get a win from the pole again, we'll be right up there with Typical. But we got to put a whole race together. But anyways, it's a ton of fun here at Michigan. Big track, drafting and all that. 2, 3 wide, 4 wide at one point, I think. Mike passed 3 cars in the middle of 4 wide. Just a ton of good racing action. So remember to tune in. Let's see what we got going on. Next Tuesday, we're going to be Indianapolis racing on the oval in the old Cup cars. We're going to throw it back to a few years ago to the prime of Heat 5. We're going to run those old cars over there on Indy. And then Wednesday, what track are you guys at, Stu?
Not sure how to pronounce it, but it's like Alsace Village in France.
Somewhere in France, they're
track.
racing. So remember, Wednesday, tune in, GT7 series racing somewhere in France. And then Thursday night, we're going to be on the paperclip under the lights in the Pro Series. Last year's race came down to a late race battle between Henson and Typical, and then we never saw Henson again. No, just kidding. We'll see if we can have another late race battle at Martinsville. I know.
True.
I know I gave Typical a car that's probably too good. So we're going to have to put in some work to beat that 27 car next week, and I look forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun testing. Martinsville is one of my favorite tracks. I love getting warmed up for that place. So, Stu, you got anything you want to say?
Not really. I mean, just make sure you tune in.
All right. Thank you to all the fans that showed up tonight, all the drivers that raced. And congratulations again to your top 3. MJ Bross with the win, Corey bringing it home in the runner-up position, and Alex finishing out in 3rd from Michigan. Yep. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. Say it, Stu.
Race.
No, you got to say it, Stu.
And as always, rock on, race on, ruthless racing.